Hi everyone, this video is a pick a card reading that is going to be giving a message of hope during a depressive time or a time of depression. If you are watching this video and find yourself in a time of extreme despair, I do want to state that you are not alone and there is nothing wrong with you. I will be posting in the comments of this video, I will be adding some suicide prevention lines and just different resources for help. If you kind of find this video while you are in a time of despair, I do encourage you to watch those. For those of you who are finding my video for the very first time, my name is Allison. I am the Drunk Astrologer. For those of you who have followed me before, you may know I took some time away from everything from the Drunk Astrologer. I took time away not only from my YouTube channel, but from my Facebook and my Instagram as well. I am back at it now. One of the reasons I had stepped away was because I had a lot of changes in my life. Many of those changes were very good changes. They were very fruitful changes, but as with most changes, it did cause me to enter a state of depression, which is kind of what motivated me to do this video. It was just kind of change will do that for a lot of people, and my focus had to be on taking care of myself and adapting to change. And I did have to step away from the Drunk Astrologer video for that time, but I am back, and I did want my first video back to be this pick a card reading where I'm giving everyone a message of hope. What I did is I pulled a couple cards from 4 different decks. I have Moonology, Earth Magic, Unicorn, and the Dreaming Way Tarot. For each one, I have asked for a message of hope. So I've asked the Moon for a message of hope, the Earth for a message of hope, the Unicorn for a message of hope, and the Tarot for the message of hope. Group 1 is this old-fashioned key over here. Group 2 is this green crystal. I don't know crystals very well, so I don't know what kind of crystal that is. If you do know, please let me know. So I have the green crystal is group 2. Group 3 is this mainly brown crystal, has that little, it's pretty cool. Like I said, crystals are not my strong point. And then finally, the wand that we have here is group 4. If you have not done a pick a card reading before, what you need to do is take a moment, and you can even pause the video and just go with whatever pile you feel drawn to. And then you can pick just one pile, watch that section, or you can pick multiple piles. You can watch all 4 sections if you would like for some messages of hope. And I will add in the comment or in the description of the video as well, I will be giving you the times of each video or each section. All right, let's get started. All right, group 1, welcome to your reading. So if you picked group 1 with the old-fashioned key here, this is your pile. So let's go ahead and get started. This is message of hope during a time of depression. So we have, the first is, I pulled a couple cards from the Moonology deck. So we are asking for the Moon to give us message of hope. So the first one we have is the new Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. The first thing I'm really getting from that card is you have to remember what a Leo is like. So those of you, some people watching this may be a Leo themselves. Other people may know Leos. If you meet someone who has a lot of Leo aspect, it is very much a, they really can't do wrong in their eyes. I guess that's kind of a mean way to say it. But they really are confident in themselves. They do really believe in themselves. I'm kind of getting with this card that you are not confident in your decisions. You're not confident in what you're doing with your life. You may feel lost or confused. And a lot of the times, especially with this new moon, in it being the new moon in Leo, a lot of times when I pull this card in my own personal life, I'm being reminded that I have to fake it till I make it. Is a very new moon in Leo thing. Faking it till you make it. It's a lot easier said than done, and it could just be starting small. It could be just making yourself smile for 5 minutes. A lot of the times when I'm having a bad day at work, I have a gentleman that I work with who has taught me about toothpick smiles. And if he sees me having a bad day, he'll remind me to do my toothpick smile. So you almost pretend like there's toothpicks in your mouth holding up your smile. And that just really kind of there's like some psychological stuff with that, where if you just smile, even if you just force yourself to smile for 5 minutes a day, that confidence is going to start coming back. I also have full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. I do feel like this really supports this fake it till you make it aspect that the cards seem to be talking about. It's coming. It's not here yet. That's the most important part to remember, is whatever the answers are, whatever is going to help you the most, or whatever is going to help bring you out of what's going on, is not here yet. It's coming. So you just need to be patient. You need to just take each day at a time. And I said it a million times already, it feels like, but fake it till you make it. Believe in yourself, even just for 5 minutes, can lead to believing in yourself for 10, which turns into 30, which turns into an hour, which turns into a day. And just build up and know that answers are coming. So the general theme of the Moonology card, we're going to do the Earth. We're asking Mother Earth for words of wisdom. We're getting Desert or Vision Quest. I'm also getting Dream Time and Creation. So I live in the desert, and I, at one point in my life, was able to live for 3 months almost off the grid. So very much less resources than I usually had. And Vision Quest, we always think about Vision Quest, we think about peyote or drugs, that kind of stuff. You don't need drugs to have a Vision Quest. You just need to go where it's barren. You need to take all the excess stuff out. Just take it out. Just meditating. Just tuning out all that excess stuff going on can help prepare you for whatever is next, for whatever is coming, for those answers that are coming. And maybe even taking that time to take a step back, to let go, be in a barren situation, like you are out in the desert. It can help these answers come. We have this dream time, this creation aspect as well. It's kind of interesting that those two came out in that direction and these two came out here, because I would even argue that the new moon in Leo, this faking it till you make it, is going to help create. And this full moon in Gemini, this idea that answers are coming, we can help get them here. I think that's an important thing to acknowledge, is that we can help them get here. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out the unicorn cards. Let's see what the unicorn has to say. So going off of this Vision Quest, silence. Be still, for the answers lie in the silence. So definitely meditate. If you picked out this group, I would definitely recommend taking some time to meditate. Answers are coming. We've kind of are really getting that. We're also getting this taking time away. Taking time for yourself, taking time, if you are overwhelmed by people that live in your household, taking time to close the door, to step away, taking time at work to just step away, taking your breaks at work. That was something I had to learn when I was going through a time of depression. And the silence. This is, again, being with the Baron, meditating is going to be huge. We also have perspective. Examine your situation from a higher perspective. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, is looking at everything in a different way. Taking this time to meditate will help you to look at things a different way. It will help to bring everything into a perspective, and that's where faking it till you make it. Sometimes you need to kind of have that new perspective before you can try something new like that. And then finally, the tarot. I have the King of Wands here, and I have the Wheel of Fortune. King of Wands, again, goes over on this pile over here of this faking it till you make it. With that one, it's really the King of Wands King of Wands. It is the Knight of Wands. I don't know why I keep saying King of Wands. It's kind of weird. But we have the Knight of Wands here. I'm thinking the King of Wands, like your knight becomes your king type of thing, or it happens. Way I always see it is if you are talking about someone and you're pulling the King or the Knight of Wands, they can become the King of Wands with some maturity. But Knight of Wands is really all about adventure. But one thing you always have to kind of look at the tarot. His horse is going this way, but he's looking that way. One of the things about the Knight of Wands is you have to remember not to look back. This is kind of a warning. You're going out. You're going on an adventure. You are faking it till you make it. Part of faking it till you make it means not looking at what you did wrong in the past. It means not dwelling on it. It means moving forward. This could be if having a depressive time at a job. It could mean not letting past job experiences affect you. It means not letting past relationships affect your new relationships. It's all about moving forward. And you need to move forward with confidence, and you can create what you need to create. Finally, we have the Wheel of Fortune. What goes up must come down is what I immediately think of when I see the Wheel of Fortune. But most importantly, what goes down must come up. The answers you need are coming. They are coming around. The wheel is spinning. Everything is still going forward. And by going forward, answers will come. You will find what you need, and you will be able to move forward. So that is all the cards for group 1 here. Please feel free to let me know what you think of this video. Feel free to comment. If you liked the video, you guys probably know the best thing you can do, nicest thing you can do on YouTube is like the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribers always help, and I will be doing more videos. I am also on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to reach out to me. And thank you so much, group 1. All right, group number 2, the greenish crystal here. I'll go ahead and hold that up just in case someone knows what kind of crystal this is. Feel free to let me know. Crystals are not my strong suit. I am better with incense, candles, and herbs, but anyways, I did have the green crystal on top of here with group 2. So let's go ahead and get your reading started. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the Moonology cards, asking the moon for messages of hope. So first one is new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. That is a very good reminder that there is, if you keep going, there is always the opportunity for prosperity ahead. The only people that fail are the people who quit. We also have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a very deep card, or deep, not card, but deep sign. If you have met someone who has a lot of Scorpio, you probably know they get deep sometimes. They tend to be very deep people. When we have big Scorpio aspects is when a lot of people are really finding that they have past experiences drug up. They also need to heal. And a big thing we have in astrology is that the only way you can really heal is by confronting what you need to heal from. Is this easy? No. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy and that if you have a fear of driving, that tomorrow you're going to be able to get in your car and drive an hour. What I'm saying is you have to work through your fears. That could mean contacting a therapist who helps you set up a plan to start by touching the car, then getting in the car, then starting the car. It's really important to remember that working through things, working through your fears is just the smallest, tiniest step is a step of success. So that is what the moon is telling us. For the earth magic, I have river movement, continuing to move forward. And not all rivers rush. If you have been on a river, there are whitewater rafts, and on that same river, there are going to be very calm areas where you can go tubing. I don't know if anyone's ever tubed down a river or done whitewater rafting down the river. I haven't whitewater raft. I have done the tubing thing, so not as extreme as whitewater rafting. You'll be at a very calm area. You are still moving forward. You don't get to a fast area. Yes, you're moving forward faster, but you're going to come back to calm. If you are making small steps, if you are calmly moving forward, you are still moving forward. You do not have to rush forward. And you can take solace in knowing that prosperity lies ahead, that more comes. We also have summer solstice here, radiance. So one of the big things that summer solstice is my favorite. I love the summer solstice. I am a summer person. I love the summer. I did at one point live in Michigan where you have to take vitamin D supplements during the wintertime because you don't see the sun enough, which I think is where my passion for the sun and for the summer came from. But radiance. Remember that the sun in places goes away. If you live in the Midwest or if you live on the Pacific Northwest of the United States, I If you live in places that are very northern, you will be times of not seeing the sun. There's areas of Alaska where people live, where you don't see the sun for long periods of time. The sun is still radiant when it comes out. So you might not be able to let your inner sun, your inner radiance out right now, but it will still be radiant when you are ready to let it out. So that is the message from the earth. We're also going to ask the unicorn. Speaking of radiance, we also have magic here. There is magic around you, so expect excitement and joy. It's a very summer solstice radiant card. And finally, or for the unicorn, I have choices. There is another way. Ask your unicorn to help you find it. That's very interesting that we got all these cards about working through your fear, about moving forward, but it's still being radiant and magical. And I think that this choices card here is a very good reminder that there is not one way to be successful. There is not one singular way to get to the point where you are radiant. And the world's going to tell you that you can only be one way. Society, family members, friends, partners are going to tell you how to be radiant, how to be magical. But you have to remember that they are talking about themselves and how they can be radiant, how they can be magical. If someone is bringing you down, is telling you that you're not doing something the way it's supposed to be done, you are not doing it the way they do it. There are other options out there, so take time to figure those out. All right, so I also have the Three of Wands here and the Chariot. So the Chariot, some people might look at this card and kind of want to take it negatively. It's about fighting, it's about racing, it's also about winning. So I'm really telling us that the Chariot's telling us that we have to go, we have to work through our fears, we have to just get going and get out there and do what we need to do. But look at everything else that is here. Prosperity is coming. Radiance, magic. The Chariot's telling us that we're going to be able to win if we get in the race, if we get out there, if we do this, if we face our fears. We're going to win the race. Three of Wands, again, is talking about just getting out there. The Three of Wands is about taking that first step in a new direction, taking that first step into an adventure, just taking that first step. Remember, the river moves slowly at some times, but still moving slowly. And by working through our fears, we're taking one step at a time. Your message of hope here is that once you take that first step to what scares you, whether it be just out of the house or towards trying to get a new job, whatever it is that scares you, taking that first step will help lead you to success. All right, so that is it for group number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Also, if you watch YouTube a lot, you know the best thing you can do for your YouTube channel that you like is to like the videos and subscribe. It does really good things for me. You can also find the Drunk Astrologer on Facebook and Instagram. So feel free to check that out too. Thank you so much. All right, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you picked this brownish crystal, which again, I am not very good at crystals. If you know what kind of crystal this is, please feel free to let me know. But if you pick that brown crystal, this is your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the Moonology cards. Let's see what the moon, what advice the moon or message of hope the moon has for us. So we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Climax, everything gets calmer after the climax. So you may not be through the worst of whatever you are going through, but after the climax, things calm down. In this case, usually we think of climax, we think of that lump and things go down. In this case, down is actually up. So, and then also we have the waxing moon. What do you need to release? What this is telling me is that something is going to be coming up that is going to challenge you. It's going to cause you to rethink how you live and why you live. And I know that doesn't sound hopeful, but the hopeful part is that you are aware it's coming. And being aware is the best thing that you can do. This is one of the things I love about astrology, is it helps make us more aware. I don't know, there's been a lot of astrology recently that's been quite terrifying. And it's been causing anxiety and fear in others. But I was able to control my anxiety because I had an idea of what was coming. It will be important to prepare, but most importantly, you must be ready to release. Ask yourself that question. Take some time to step aside and say, what do I need to release? Because with release comes hope and comes change. So we have the Mother Earth card, we have Gia and nurturing. We also have the full moon and completion. So this is the full moon in Aries. Over here we have the full moon itself. I'm getting that this card, this nurturing card, is not telling you, that card is reminding you that you are a nurturing, loving, caring person. I'm really getting that someone or something out there is causing those of you in group 3 to believe that you are not worthy and that you are not nurturing, that you're not loving. And that is wrong. And this fiery complex, I don't know why I keep saying complex. This fiery climax that is coming, this need to release, is not going to affect you affect you terribly as long as you remember what is special about yourself, what is nurturing about yourself. How can you nurture yourself? And full moon completion, that is, so correct me if I'm wrong, but waxing moon is getting up to full moon, because during the full moon, you kind of, it's really important during the full moon, those who study or who practice witchcraft, struggling to talk during this group, I'm sorry. Those who study witchcraft or practice witchcraft, a lot of the times will do rituals of releasing during a full moon. So waxing moon is preparing you for the full moon. You're asking yourself what you need to release, and you need to be able to release that, because that is going to bring you completion. That is going to bring this climax to a close. And a full moon can be very, very healing. As someone who practices some witchcraft, I love a full moon And I love being able to release things and do that ritual of release. And actually, I find a lot of beneficial things happening in my life after full moon, after I'm able to bring a cycle to completion. So we'll go ahead and also ask the unicorn cards here. Flight, let your creative imagination fly. So you can think about that while you're thinking about things to release. And then also Archangel Raphael, healing and abundance are coming to you. One of the things that I'm really getting about these unicorn cards, and it's a little off from what they're actually saying, but they are a reminder to this group of how special you are. Archangel Raphael is bringing you healing and abundance. And he's doing it because you are worthy of that. Bad things may be happening to you. They may have happened to you, but you do not deserve bad things. You are worthy of so much more. You are very creative and imaginative. And because of that, you are going to be able to move forward in your life. You're going to be able to move past this climax, past this fieriness, past that which scares you. You're going to be able to fly past it and move on to something new. And it might not be anything that you ever thought you would be able to do before. But if you get creative, you'll be able to find new things. So I went ahead and have some tarot cards here as well. I have the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is a very positive card. It's a card of dreams coming true. A lot of the times it is about dreams of a family, of having a family come true. It's having a support system. 6 of Cups here as well. This is a support system. This is a relationship. This is someone coming to you and being willing to support you. If you are at a point in your life where you feel like the people around you are unable to support you, I believe that this means that you will be able to move on and find people that are supportive of you. If you are in a situation where you have a supportive family, partner, or friends, I believe that these cards are telling you you need to remember to reach out to them. You are not going through something easy. This is not easy. You are going through something very difficult, and you should not have to go through it alone. There is no reason for you to go through it alone. So if you don't have that support now, I believe the cards are telling you that support will come and you will have support. If you do have the support right now, this is a reminder you need to turn to your support. So that was the message of hope here for group number 3. Please feel free to let me know how you felt about this reading in the comments. You also, if you watch YouTube a lot, you know that one of the nicest things you can do for me is like this video and subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much, group 3. All right, group number 4. So all of you who picked this wand here for your pile, this is your reading. Made a louder sound than I realized it would. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with a message of hope from the moon using the Moonology cards. We have waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams. That is a absolutely beautiful photo or drawing. That is kind of really calling to my soul here for a moment. Have faith in your dreams. When you are feeling depressed, when you are going through a time of depression, it's probably going to be one of the hardest things to do. You probably still have a dream. You probably still dream at night. You probably still have a daydream. You probably have a dream of how your life can be. You have to have faith in that. You have to remember that it is possible. You will and you can have your dream. And very appropriate second card is the gibbous moon here. You're very close to achieving your goal. So some people might be quick to let me know that dreams and goals are not the same thing. And yes, I do agree. But goals are what get you to your dream. And you're so close to achieving those goals. When I am at my absolute worst in depression, my goals are to get out of bed, to brush my teeth, and to feed myself. Those are the first 3 goals of the day. And by feed myself, I mean actually give myself food, not just coffee. So you have to remember that, and you have to celebrate when you achieve those goals. And then when you're doing well, when I'm doing really well, my goal in the morning is to do yoga, it's to do my meditation, and it's to make sure I have my hair done before I go to work. Those are completely different goals, but all those sets of goals still help me achieve my same dream. My dream of being the healthiest, best version of myself, so I can go out and help others. So have faith in your dreams. You are going to be able to achieve your goals. And if you right now can't think of like 5 goals off the top of your head, I do recommend pausing the video, grabbing paper, grabbing a pen, and start thinking on goals. You can come back. Please come back to the video. I have more to let you know. But I am a big fan of goals, so I do greatly recommend doing that. Those of you who are still watching, or if you've come back after writing your goals, we have our cards from the Earth Magic deck. We have Winter Solstice and Reflection, and we have Island and Solitude. A lot of the times when you're going through a depressive time, it is not really recommended to spend too much time with yourself. And this is something that, while I make this video, it's something that the world is struggling with, is that they are spending more time with themselves than ever before. But I am a real believer that one of the best things you can do is take time to reflect and decide what you feel as a person. What you feel, what you want. And you have to be alone for this, because there are so many things that come in from the outside. We have what your family thinks and want, what your friends think and want, what your partners think and want, what your what society thinks and wants, what your employer thinks and wants. And they're all going to try to influence you. And one of the most important things, and this was actually a lesson I learned the hard way, but one of the most important things is to always take time for yourself, so that you are not letting all that outside noise change how you act and how you take care of yourself. All right, so let's see what the unicorn has to say. We have wishes. Be careful what you wish for, as one wish will be granted. We also have laughter. Laughter attracts unicorns. I actually pull this wishes card quite often in my own personal daily draws. And one of the things that I have really gotten from this wishes card is you have to always think positive. Picking group 4, having this card in there does not necessarily say that if you make a wish right now that it is going to come true. But what it kind of reminds me is that wishes are granted. What you wish for, what you hope for is granted by the universe. But we have to constantly think about how we are thinking, because it's not going to be a genie in a magic bottle. You're not going to rub a lamp and a unicorn pops out and grants you a wish. And you don't have time, you don't get to go through everything. You make a wish every day, every moment with what you think. If you think positively, if you say, I'm going to have a good day at work. I'm going to do well at work today. I'm going to have a good workout today. You're going to find that those things do come true. Just the same, like if you wake up and you're like, oh, today's going to be a bad day. Usually is when you wake up and think that first thing. When you think things like, oh, I'm not doing that well at my job. If you think things like, I'm going to have a bad workout today. Yes, you are, because you put that energy out there. But if you catch yourself saying, oh, today's going to be a bad day, I just know it. Instead, say, I can make today better. And laughter, that one's pretty self-explanatory. It's always a good thing to find things to laugh at. I personally, something I do whenever I'm upset. I will actually watch stand-up comedians on YouTube for some time before I go to bed. And don't be afraid to laugh. Don't feel like you have to hold yourself in. If you find something funny, laugh. Laughter, if we look at the biology of laughter, it's one of the best things you can do for your body. All right, and then I have a couple tarot cards here. I have the Emperor. I have the Page of Wands. So the Emperor goes back to what we were talking about this reflection and the solitude, what I was talking about with the earth magic before the unicorn took us in a completely different direction. But I was talking about being in charge of yourself. And that is what this Emperor is here to remind us. We have to be in charge of ourselves. We have to control our own thinking. Because you never know what wishes will be granted. It sounds hard. It is hard. It's not an easy thing to do. But when we are in control of ourselves, when we are not allowing society's background noise to affect us, things will get better. And the Page of Wands here, this particular tarot card in this deck is my absolute favorite. I don't know why. I can't tell you specifically why. But whenever I pull the Page of Wands, I am excited for the future. I truly believe that good things are coming. And I feel at peace with what is happening. I don't get it when I pull the Page of Wands with other cards, other decks, but I do here. Page of Wands is a freedom. It is a calm and peaceful reminder of the freedom we have to always change ourselves and what we do and how we think. All right, well, thank you so much, Group 4. That is your message of hope. Feel free to let me know what you thought of the reading in the comments. If you are familiar with YouTube, you know that one of the nicest things you can do for me is like this video, subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much.